I think she's pooping.
Okay, what's your best advice?
I feel like if you have a passion in something, definitely follow through with it. Because if you do something you don't love, you're gonna hate it and you're gonna leave. What's up guys, welcome back to another video. So today's a special day because we just went shopping for Christmas supplies. So like Christmas decorations. When we left New York, we threw out all of our old decorations, so we had to start completely over.
Except for one.
Except for one that he had already put on the tree.
It's our first ornament on the tree. His name is Jefferson.
They had so many options for Christmas decorations and we spent a lot of money. Here's all the stuff that we got. We're just waiting for mommy to get out the bathroom and then we're gonna start decorating it, and I wanted you guys to see. I also want to show you guys this little thing that I put up. So I put this hammock together. I meant to put it up for me and Tiffany, but yeah, you'll see what I mean in a second, but it's a little too flimsy for someone of our size. So now it's Hunter's. You still have a lot of trust in it?
Yeah.
So here you guys can see what I'm talking about. For an adult, I don't really trust that. But for a kid...
Well, I do. I don't really trust it. I know what it feels like to fall because I fell off of it 2 times.
Yeah. Well, I gave you the warning, so if you fall, it's on you.
Hey, I have fallen 2 times. It barely hurts.
Looks pretty good to me. It's a beautiful day. It's like 75, and in New York it would not be this warm, so I'm taking it all in because this is new for me.
This is nice.
Yes, sir.
This would be nice for a baby.
Yeah, I would not put my baby in there.
Why?
Because if they fall, they're not a kid. They can't get out like you could get out. We got the actual Christmas tree yesterday. We had to buy a new tree as well because we threw our old one out, but I'm happy we did because I really like this one. We got one this year that has like a frosty look to it, so it looks like it's got fake snow on there. And
what's good is it's like glued to it. So if we didn't have a like real snow, it'd probably like stain into our a thing or something.
Let's go see where she is. I think she's pooping. What?
Okay, I did it.
Oh, I thought you were pooping. November. Can you believe it? So we got decorating a little bit early. We were not planning on decorating this early at all, but it just, you guys know how it goes. Every year it gets earlier and earlier and earlier. It's only November 7th and Thanksgiving hasn't even happened yet, but we wanted to decorate, so it is what it is. We just finished decorating this entire living room, and at first all you saw was that we were decorating the tree, but we ended up going back out and getting more decorations because it just wasn't enough. We needed to go a little bit further, and so we went back out to Walmart and got some more decorations. Now it is about 11 o'clock. Hunter's in bed. Tiffany's in the shower, I'm already showered, and now we're just kind of chilling. So I figured it would be a good time to show you guys what we did. I'm very excited because this is the first year where I was completely in charge of the decorations, and I don't know, I feel like it kind of explains me and explains my family a little bit. And with us moving to the South, we wanted to put a little country twist to it. So I hope you guys do like how I decorated it. Don't be afraid and let me know if you don't like it. But if you do like it, or if you like anything specifically, make sure to comment down below and I will tell you exactly where the things came from. But we mostly got everything from Hobby Lobby and Walmart, which is pretty much everywhere. So if you are looking for certain pieces that we picked up, just know that you could probably get them at your local Hobby Lobby or at your local Walmart. I also wanted to say I'm gonna pick up on this video tomorrow because I wanted to share something very special with you guys, because something super random happened today and it wasn't planned. I wasn't like expecting to do this at all. It just kind of happened and fell into place. So I'm kind of happy I did do this, but I'm also kind of nervous because I don't know like how it's going to play out for these next few years. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to update you guys tomorrow on exactly what I'm talking about. I'm going to do a little story time by myself, not with anyone else around, and just kind of fill you in with some current events that have happened. I guess now we'll get to the clips of our apartment. I mean, you can kind of see in the background, there's the tree, but yeah. I want to show you guys what you may not have seen when we were decorating the Christmas tree. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Bye. Guys, so it's the next day. Like I said, I wanted to tell you guys something that happened that was very special yesterday. So first I want to go get some coffee or tea. I don't even know what I'm gonna get, but I'm gonna get something. I wanted to try 7 Brew, so I don't think New York has it, or if it does, they just recently got it. So I've never had 7 Brew before, but we have one 10 minutes away from where we live now, so I figured I would give it a try. Alright, so I just got here. I think it's drive-through, and the people, like, walk up to you, I guess. So, those are the workers right there, and it looks like they're gonna come to my car to take my order. So, I don't know about you guys, but I like to look ahead at what I'm gonna get. I get, like, super anxious, because I'm afraid I'm gonna sound really stupid if I don't know ahead of time, but here he comes now. Good, how are you?
Not too bad, thank you.
Can I get a medium sparkling water with sugar-free strawberry?
Gotcha. Oh, man, well, I'm sure I'll see you again, huh?
Alright, thank you. I swear, you guys, the people here are just so nice, and like, why was that so hard for New York? I don't know. It is another beautiful day. I keep having people back from home message me and like show me like what the weather is in New York, and it's been like 30-40 degrees, which is typical for New York in November. But like Arkansas, it's still like in the 70s and 80s, and my friends are so jealous. And like, I've literally waited my entire life for this moment to just be able to finally move somewhere where winter is not freezing cold, and their winters are so short here that it's not even that bad. This place is so cute. Like, look at their little drive-thrus.
Going going on?
I just moved here from New York, so I'm not really doing much.
From New York?
Yeah.
Okay, well, what brought you here? Oh my gosh.
Well, I do content creation, and then my girlfriend's from here, so she moved to New York for about 3 years,
Yeah.
and then we moved back here the other day, like a couple weeks ago. So,
Okay, that's
yeah,
awesome. Content, like, are you an influencer?
yeah. So like
That's
YouTube,
awesome.
TikTok stuff. Yeah,
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I started an account and I started getting some deals, but I got too overwhelmed. How do you manage it? And posting, you know how you have to post like all
consistently.
the time?
Yeah, it can be difficult.
Is it worth it? Like, I know how it goes like up and down and like
The algorithm,
following and
yeah,
algorithm.
all that.
Is
It can
worth
be.
It to stick it out?
It can be, but it's definitely, you have to really love it.
Okay, what's
Yeah.
your best advice? Because I do love it, and I have some dedicated followers, and I was thriving, and then I crashed.
You just fell off. Yeah, I mean, I went to college and stuff too, and it really wasn't for me. I did graduate, but I have my bachelor's. I graduated, and then I just realized I have no passion behind this. I just went because it was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And then I realized that I had more of a passion for social media, and I feel like if you have a passion in something, definitely follow through with it. Because if you do something you don't love, you're gonna hate it and you're gonna leave. So.
Yeah, thank you.
No
I
problem.
needed to hear that today. I
Got
needed
you.
that. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank
Have a
you.
great day.
You
Come
too.
again, all
I
right?
will. Guys, I think that was the most I've ever talked to a stranger, but it was really cool. So, a quick little background before I hop into my little story time. A quick little background is where I moved is called College Town, and it's in like a really cool place of Arkansas because it's a really young crowd since it is the college area. So it's a lot of college kids, and a lot of college kids are who I come in contact with a lot because they are the ones that work at like convenience stores, restaurants, fast food, stuff like that. So it's really cool to like talk to people that are either my age or a little bit younger rather than people that are like much older than me and I can't really relate. So that girl back there, she was just asking me, if you couldn't really tell, she was telling me that she used to do like content creation, but she kind of like fell off with it, and she was asking me some advice that I had for her, and I just kind of was just telling her that at the end of the day, I went to school, I did what a lot of people do, I realized it was not for me, and that ends up being the case for a lot of people, but I realized it wasn't for me, and so I started truly following what I enjoy doing, which is creating content and being an advocate for the transgender community. She wanted to know if it was worth it, and I said it's worth it if you have a passion behind it. It's not worth it if you're just doing it to follow the bandwagon, follow the trend, and think it's cool and that you're going to be popular and famous, because that's not the case. You're not necessarily going to be famous. Like, that's definitely overhyped. It becomes like a 9-to-5 job, and people don't realize that, so they'll end up backing out really quick. So that was my little advice to her, and she was really sweet, so I did enjoy talking to her. I did get my seltzer water. I got strawberry, and they had sugar-free, so I always get sugar-free if that's an option. So I'm excited to try it, but this is 7 Brew. And again, I think New York just got their first one, maybe, but it wasn't anywhere where I lived, so I probably would have never tried it until I moved here. That's nice. That's nice. 10 out of 10 recommend. If you guys have ever had the ocean water from Sonic, that's what this tastes like, but strawberry flavored. I think the Sonic one is like blueberry maybe. So what I wanted to talk to you guys about was Hunter, my stepson. It was pretty much me coming out to my stepson again. And before you guys say it, I know I wasn't going to tell him, but I'm gonna get into that. So what happened was, we were looking for a place to drop off my used needles in New York. I don't know why I couldn't find a place to drop them off, but I couldn't, and I kept forgetting to buy new sharps containers, so I just had them in like random Tupperware pretty much, which is illegal to just put in a drop box because it has to be discarded properly in a sharps container. So I didn't have sharps containers, so I was like, you know what, we're just gonna bring it to Arkansas, we'll find a place out there. So we were in the car, Tiffany had to go in the store real quick to go do something, and the needles were in the front seat with me because I didn't want to buy Hunter, but he saw them and he was like, what are those for? And I was like, and I tried to play it off, but it was just getting to the point where I got sick of lying to him, and it was making me uncomfortable lying to him, because at the end of the day, he lives in our house, and it's not fair to me to have to continuously live a lie, and it's not fair to him for me to continuously lie to him as a father figure. We did tell him when he was about 5 years old, when he first moved in with us, but he did not understand at all. He was only 5, and we knew he wasn't going to really understand, but we still wanted to just kind of say it just for like shits and giggles. He forgot about it. Life kept going on. So then me and Tiffany decided not to tell him, because it really wasn't important in our eyes to tell him about it, because he was so young, and it just was completely pointless to keep bringing it up, especially because we don't want to influence him or make him think that he might be trans, because he's never really expressed it to us that he might be a different gender. So we didn't want to push that idea on him until he started bringing it to our attention, if that makes sense. And he never has. So it's very clear that he is a cisgender boy, and he's going to be like that for the rest of his life, and we love that for him. We didn't want to keep putting it in his face. But we did bring him to a pride parade, and we got him a shirt that said, "I love my trans dad." And he would always ask us, hey, what does this mean? This is back before he could read too. He was like, what does this mean? And we just kind of said, oh, it just says, I love my stepdad. And so he loved that shirt. Like, he always wanted to wear it. But I did not like him wearing it, because I didn't want people knowing I was trans in public, besides at that pride parade. So, I wouldn't let him wear it, and he didn't really know why, but I was like, it just made me uncomfortable, because it was pretty much outing me wherever we went. I stopped letting him wear it, whatever, that passed. Then, when I would edit YouTube videos, he would like be over my shoulder sometimes and be like, what does this mean when you used to be a girl? And so this is when I really had to start coming up with some creative lies, and it just was getting to the point where I didn't want to have to keep lying, because at the end of the day, he's gonna keep seeing things and putting 2 and 2 together, and I would hate for him to learn on his own. I'd rather be able to come to him as a man and be like, hey, this is the situation. So then that passed, and then he's already seen my scars. I'm pretty sure I told him that I got in a sword fight or something silly. A couple years later, he is now at the age of 8, about 8 and a half, and he was in the car yesterday, and he asked me what the needles were for. And so I just realized that it was time. He's old enough. He finally can remember things. He can understand things. And he's young enough to where he won't have a OMG, that's crazy reaction. So I just realized it was the best time to tell him. And my girlfriend always made it a thing where it would always be on my terms. It would never be on her terms, and it would never be on anyone else's terms. And I was also realizing, once Hunter does go back to public school, which he will, I would hate for him to learn through his peers. Because I have a social media presence, it is only a matter of time before he ends up finding out naturally, because his little friends or his friends' parents will see me on social media and then relay the message to him. And I would hate for my stepson to figure out something so big through school or kids, and those kids like make him think that it's wrong to be this way. So I would rather be able to educate him myself before people who are against the idea educate him in the wrong way. So that is what led me to tell him the truth. And I told him in a very calm way. I just said, this is my situation. Dad used to be a girl, but he didn't like living that way, and his brain always told him that he was not a girl. So he ended up transitioning into a man and had all surgeries to look exactly like a man, and no longer looks like how a girl looks. He was fine with it. And I asked if he had any questions for me. He said, no, not really. He just said, so does that mean that your scars on your chest were from that? I said, yes, they were. And then I taught him that there are some really, really mean people in the world that do not agree with the way I live my life, and that can put me in danger. So you have to make sure that you keep this a secret between our family. You don't go to school telling people. You don't go out in public telling people. This is information that stays between our little family, and no one else needs to know about it, because it can put Dad in danger. And he said, okay. And he is somebody that does stick to his promises. Although he is only 8, he is a kid that I can always make sure will not tell my business if I make it very, very clear that it is not his place to tell my business. So that's pretty much where we left it. And then the conversation changed, and we kind of just continued life how it always is. I asked him if he thought he would ever treat me different because of this, and he said no. And he still sees me the same way he did 5 minutes before knowing that information. And that's the way it should be. I know I did make a video saying that I wasn't gonna tell him because it wasn't necessary. And I still do kind of feel that way, but it just got to the point where he was piecing together too much. And it was to a point where he would have found out the hard way and in a way that would not be ideal for our family. So I felt that it was more important for me to tell him the right way so that I could educate him properly and not in a negative light. So yeah, that is what I wanted to tell you guys today, because it was kind of special. It was a little heart-to-heart between him and I, because me and him were the only ones in the car at the moment. And I told Tiffany that I ended up telling him, and she was cool with it, obviously. I kind of wish this is how it could be for everyone, and it does go to show that you can tell your child that you are transgender without influencing them to be transgender. That's not how it goes. You can educate them without them thinking that they might be trans. I educated him in a very responsible way. I educated him in a way that was not telling him, hey, do you think you might be trans? Because personally, as an adult, for someone who's been raising him for 3 years, and for my girlfriend who's been raising him his entire life, we can both tell that he is not transgender. He doesn't show any signs of it, and there's no point in pushing it in that direction. So we just want him to love trans people. We want him to love me as I am. We want him to still see me as a father figure, although I am a little different than he may be. That's going to conclude this video. I hope you guys did enjoy us putting up the Christmas tree decorations. If you guys do have a chance to go to a 7 Brew, I do suggest going there because this drink was really, really good. Guess I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.